Hello everyone. I have recently had the pleasure of witnessing a John Maclean film. It has given me great appreciation for the beauty industry and therefore all of that it entails and the craft of which I work in. I have been suddenly thrown into a deep reflection of my entity here on the platform www.youtube.com. Therefore I am now doubtful with my existence and my presence here on this platform that I'm trying to create. And then I just got over it. Because you know what? You gotta do you, boo. Alright? You do you. It is what it is. Welcome back to Design Beauty by Kat. Just in case you guys are not sure who I'm referring to, it is John Maclean, who was a very well-renowned makeup artist, does celebrities, very, very humble person. If you watch him, you'll be in awe. This is not me picking or trying to make fun. I do joke because that's just how I am. But when you watch him, he's so refined, but he's such a humble person. But he has like the dry, sarcastic humor that I have. I just do it more in a goofball kind of way. Having said that, when I watch him, I feel a little dumb. I do. And I did kind of start to question my presence, you know, like maybe I should be a little more refined and a little more just stick to teaching. This way people might take me a little more seriously. But then when I think about it, I don't want to be somebody that I'm not. I want to be me. When I'm on YouTube, it gives me the chance to just be me, just let my hair down or up in a crazy bun that looks like straw. I don't like to be too much on the teaching side or too much on the goofy side. I like to have a little mixture of it both, you know? And I enjoy joking. I enjoy being sarcastic. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy just having fun. I don't always want to have a full face of makeup on. I don't always want to have, you know, crazy eye looks going on because I like to be natural. So I'm a little bit of everything, like balled up, like one of those rubber band twine balls, you know, that just a big old mess of all that stuff. That's kind of what I am. So when I was questioning myself, thinking maybe I should be more professional, well, that's not going to be you then. You're going to be someone else. We're going to reflect on this together. And I'm putting this in the video today just in case you guys start to question yourself. You start thinking, well, I need to be more like this person, or I feel like I'm lacking because this other person does this and I don't. If you feel like it's gonna better yourself to do something in a different way, well then by all means do it, because I'm all for bettering ourselves. But I will not change for anything that I don't feel I should change for. So if that makes sense, I hope I'm coming across to you guys. I'm not trying to have a lecture. Today's about Ipsy. It's not about self-reflection. But you know, that's part of what I do. I like to give you guys tips and information and a little bit of teaching moments. So here's one, not makeup teaching, but just kind of life teaching. Don't change who you are for anybody unless you feel it's going to better yourself. Okay? Because when you start to force yourself to be something you're not living. You're being a different person. And that's not life. Just want to throw that out there. Whether you wanted that info or not, you got it. Here is our nicely sprayed down Ipsy Box. He joins us today in a very happy mood. He came to my doorstep and I was very willing to accept him. We have this card that says, "Get that glow." After looking at this, there's nothing on here that has anything to do with the products in the box. So I didn't get a card. This is the second time that both boxes aren't giving me a card. Now I do know Boxy Charm warned everybody that they may or may not have a card due to everything going on, which is fine. I just like to have a card to give you guys info and give you guys prices and read the descriptions that are very difficult for me to read. This card is about using highlighters, okay? So it's highlighter 101. That is nothing to do with the box. So if you had time to put this unimportant piece of information in the box, why didn't you put the important piece of information in the box? I don't know, Ipsy. I don't know. First thing in the box, Tartiste lip paint, okay? And that's kind of the color that I got with the dose of colors. Pretty deep color as well. It says formulated without parabens, mineral oil, phthalates, triclosan, I don't know what that is, sodium lauryl sulfate, gluten, dermatologist tested. So all that is on the little back part, and it just says Tartiste lip paint. Now I don't know if this is called Tartiste or Tartieste. Who knows? It could be either or, but it's by Tarte. And the doe foot is pretty long on it. It has like a bend in it, so it's kind of bent backwards a little bit. It's, yeah, you see how it's just bent backwards? Hopefully that's how it's supposed to be, and it's not just deformed. And it does not move, so it's not flexible. It's pretty tough. We'll just pop it on right now. Yeah, that's a deep dark color. It has an odd smell. It almost smells perfume-like. It feels the tiniest bit greasy, but not a bad greasy. Now on the hand, it as well feels pretty greasy. It's not too thin. It's a pretty thick formula. The color's not bad though. Moving on. We've got in here this Wonder Beauty right here. And I'm not quite sure what this is. Is it a mascara? It doesn't look like a mascara. What is it? Man, you guys, I can't even see what any of that nonsense says right there. It just says clear. That's the only word I can read is clear. I don't know what this is, you guys. That's the problem with no card. When does that ever happen? You don't know what a product is. Maybe it's for the brows. It's clear, so the only thing I can think of is for the brows. I did trim my wolf hairs. So just in case you're wondering, this is the brush size, very tiny. I highly doubt that's for mascara. See how it tapers down? I don't know. Next in the box, oh, I'm actually happy to see this. Lactic, right here. I do like the Girl Lactic little blush highlight duo, whatever that is. I got that from Boxy Charm. I didn't get it from Ipsy. So for Ipsy to have it now, it's like, hey, are you guys trading off? That's what this is right here. This one in the back says Skin Glow Sunset. And the one I have already, it doesn't have a clear front. It has a solid front. And that one is called Moonlight. Beauty tip. There's a secret to getting a dewy glow. First, blend the cream highlight on your cheekbones so it's a highlight. I thought it was a blush. My bad. Then dab the second layer with your ring finger lightly on top. Voila. Pro tip. Mix both colors to make a new color or create your own ombre cream highlight effect. So these are just highlighters. Our finger in here. And I do, wow, this one is a lot more oily. So as you see, it moves a lot faster. Let's just try it out right here. And look, this is why I enjoy this product. It's light enough that you just press it down and it doesn't like cake up on your face. And nobody wants that. No one wants that. You know, if you do want that, that's on you. But I don't want that. I just like a nice glow. And we all want to glow. You know, I want to glow from within. That's why I buy Jaclyn Hill highlighters, because you glow from within. And from without, and from all around. You glow everywhere. Put a little dot right here, on the nose, on the schnoz. Put a little bit right here. We're just gonna light it up. We're gonna light it up, baby. I do like it. I'm happy to see this in the box. My eyebrows feel a little crunchy, but not intolerable. A normal, tolerable amount of crunchy. Next in the box, I'm not too happy about it. I'm not, and you're gonna see why. Brush set. What is it? What is it with these little small brush sets? Okay, you don't have big brushes in here, like, you know, big blenders. You have these small little brushes. Why is Boxy Charm and Ipsy suddenly ganging up on me and sending me like the same products? I'm not complaining, but I am. So this has a nice little Ziploc, you know, so you can keep them in here if you want or not. They're called MOTD right here. I'm not quite sure what that brand is, but it's MOTD Cosmetics. They feel a little bit more heavy duty than the other brushes I've been receiving. So that's a plus. When they feel too light, they feel kind of toy-like. Now this guy is not too bad because it kind of has a saying on each one. This one says straight to the point. This one's waved out too. Can you see that? It's almost as bad as the one in the other box. It's got this little deformity in it. Just, there's no words. This one is a pencil me in, it says right there, and let's see how it feels. All the pencil brushes lately have been hurting, so I more appreciate a pencil brush that is not so tough, okay? Because when you start to do it under here, you're almost stabbing yourself, and that's not comfortable. I wouldn't want to stab anyone else unless they did me wrong, okay? Don't try me. But I wouldn't want to stab anybody when I'm applying their makeup, and I definitely don't want to stab myself. I do love myself, okay? I do. Love yourself, people. This one says Masterpiece Crease right here. And this last one says No Fudge, Just Smudge. So another smudger brush right here. These are the flat ones, and I do appreciate these as well because I can get in real good right here. And I go right under the lash line with these. So it's not bad. You know, am I thoroughly excited about it? No. Last but not least, we have this Vineyard Soiree. And it is a eyeshadow palette by Colored Rain. I do know I've gotten little tiny baby this brand right here. They're like a little small square, and now I'm getting a bigger square. It does say here on the back, vegan, cruelty free, paraben free, and gluten free. I got that info for you. Here's the packaging right here, Colored Rain. And that's kind of cute, you guys. That's kind of cute. Well, the little plastic fell out. Kind of like this lavender color. This little pink is calling out to me. I'm not too sure how this guy's gonna look, but you know, there's a few that are calling out to me. So let's do a little swatchy swatch. Let's get a little look going and let's see how they perform in a blending situation. I'm gonna prime one lid with this pretty vulgar that I did get in my Boxy Charm the other day, and this is an eye base primer, and it comes out like that color, but then it just blends out clear. We're just gonna pop some of this on there, and it feels a little bit more tacky. I'm not one who likes too much of a tacky primer because I don't like putting a lot of shadow on my eyes. So when you have, you know, your eyes that get little wrinkles and lines in them, you don't want to put a whole ton of product on there. The more product you're putting, the more you're building up and the more you're emphasizing every little line. So what I'm going to do is on this eye, I'm going to use a different primer. And I want to see if there's any difference because I want to give this little palette right here a good shot. So on this eye, we're going to use the p.louise base right here. And this is in that Rumour 2 right here. Not sure if you can read that, but I really do try, you guys. I try to show you the stuff. I don't understand why my stinking camera doesn't want to pick up. I mean, this is an iPhone 11.
11 Pro, whatever. This is the brand new one. Why can't you focus on the words? Come on. Damn $1,000 phone.
And a little goes a long way, okay? So that's already too much. I'm gonna wipe some off. If I want to be more precise, like under the brow bone, I'll use my flat brush. You can actually get those in pure white. You can get it in all kinds of colors, and that's good because when you want a pop of color, you want to put a white base down or sometimes put a black base down. We're going to go in with our Morphe Jeffree Star brush right here. This is the JS9. We're going to pop in this transition shade right here, and we're going to put it all over the crease. Just tap some off, and we're going to get busy. I might sound like a broken record to some of you guys if you hear this all the time, but any new subscribers that are in here and just come to join me, I just want them to know the same thing, you know? The first spot that you put your brush is the most intense. So when you look at me immediately, where do you see the darkest part? The darkest part is back here. That's how I wanted it to be. This side is a bit darker. I'm gonna tell you why. It's very tacky. So when you have a tacky eye base, it grabs onto that shadow immediately, and that can be a good thing or that can be a bad thing. The bad thing is it doesn't blend out as well because it's like sucking up every little amount that you put on there, but it is good to keep pigment on there, okay? So this side, I'm still getting the color that I want. I'm still getting the look that I want, but as you can see, it's blending a lot easier, okay? So it's kind of like, you know, you got to pick your poison. But I hope I'm translating that well across to you guys. So as you can see, it is blending out really nicely right here. And we're just going to put that in the crease. And if you can see, I do a little bit of a patting motion, and then I do a little bit of a wiper motion. The wiper motion is just pulling it towards the inner corner a little bit, and the patting motion is getting the color pigment on there. I'm doing all this with one brush, okay? Just to show you guys that you don't have to have a ton of brushes if you're starting out. Is it good to have brushes? Yes. It's good to have enough brushes to interchange and to use for clean ones for buffing and blending out even better to have a seamless look. It's also good to have several brushes to do detailed work when you want to get really precise. If you don't care about that stuff, you just want a nice color, one brush will do the trick. All right, it's just how you use it and what type of brush you select. I would select a one that is fluffed out like this but tapered, pointed up on top, and then it's tapered. So when you have that, you can use the point just to slightly get into those little crevices, and then you can use the rest of the brush, which is the rounded part, and blend. I'm gonna go in with this real pretty purpley color right here. I'm gonna put that on the rest of the lid. Now I'm going to go in with one of those brushes, the MOTD brand right here. We're going to try out this smudger brush. Transition shade right here. Now I'm going to get that pink right here on that pencil brush and put that in the inner corner. I think I'm gonna get a little bit of that pink on my finger and just slightly dab it towards the end of the purple to meet the green. So to mesh it all together again, get a little bit more of that purple. Just slightly slide over it to take away any harsh line between the pink and the purple. And let's just show you this. This is pretty uncommon, but if you look at these, there is like absolutely no fallout. So I am happy about that. I'm gonna use my Tartiste right here. Going in with that Ciate London Triple XXL XXL black. Jeez, with that XXL, I swear. Okay, there's the final look, you guys. I used the colors on the eyeshadow. I used a couple of those brushes. I went ahead and put my Tartiste Double Wear Liner, and then I used a Ciate London mascara. We have the Tartiste again, the color Rave on. I'm a little disturbed that it stayed so patchy, so what I did was I went in with a little bit of this pink shimmer and just kind of like popped it in the center. Oh, so here is the Ipsy bag. This is actually a pretty cool bag, but it's got a cute little tassel on it, and the inside is confetti-like, so that is super duper cute. Ipsy was alright. It was alright. We're not going to complain too much. We're going to let them have this one. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. I love every single one of you. I can't wait to see you next time. And leave me comments, you guys, and subscribe. Comment, like, subscribe. I know it seems like a lot, but it's just a push of a button. That's all. We push buttons all day long. Just do it for me, okay? I love to have you. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Bye. Just take a listen. Look how thick my brows are. It's like you're combing a head of hair. Did you guys ever notice that? I do. I notice everything. I see all. Too bad I don't see when the cats creep up in here and hide behind me. They don't want me to open this guy. They don't. Do they know I have a channel that I do this like for people to watch and see the product? Wow, look at this. This is insane, you guys. One of you lucky guys. One of you lucky ladies out there. One of you lucky people, I don't know, guys, ladies, who's watching nowadays? I don't even know. One of you lucky subscribers is gonna get the Girlactive that I have. This is about positivity and sometimes just nothing else at all. Just ranting about these boxes. And I really actually like this Girlactive brand. It's not bad, so they're nice and creamy, and I'm all about, you know, creaminess all of a sudden. That don't sound right. So I used, why is there food in my hair? That's so not fun. What the freaking heck, man? I can't eat, I can't talk, I can't do anything. Anyway, they're just hard and they're in place, but they're not too hard. So it's hard, but not too hard. You don't ever want it too hard. I take that back.